you hang up again, baby? I just can't be alone tonight. Don't you hang up again, baby? I just can't be alone tonight. Ticking like a bomb, falling in motion, center of the stage, hoping that we'll be right. Back again. You gotta help me out, help me out. Riding coasters to dream your eyes. You gotta help me out, help me out. Swimming oceans to breathe your light. Don't you hang up again, baby? I just can't be alone tonight. Don't you hang up again, baby? I just can't be alone tonight. Don't you hang up again, baby. I just can't be alone tonight. Don't you hang up again, baby. I just can't be alone tonight. Don't you hang up again, baby. I just can't be alone tonight. Don't you hang up again, baby. I just can't be alone tonight.
Came from a broken home. I've seen so many people go. Learn to make it on my own. It's easier for me to be alone. So how are you? Keep cutting through, claiming you're not like the other guys. And only if I could give you a chance, show me that you mean it.
Hold on. Shrimpy passes it up. Oh my god. Unknown gamer, man. To reset higher this time.
No.
Goes for a pogo. Wait, that's a good pogo.
Wait,
He has a
whoa.
flip. Oh my god, greed! He has no boost. Hamad goes up for the shot. He has to jump, and Gravitex still able to make the save. And that will be a pop-up. One touch. Reset. Does get the reset. Powerful shot. Holy.
Oh, wait, they're having
Whoa, 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 whoa.
what the hell?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Slender, and welcome back to Slender's Rocket League Viewer Tournament. I'm your host again, Slender. As always, pretty obvious. And yeah, today is day 2. So tonight follows directly what happened 24 hours ago, which is day 1. So we're going to talk about that very shortly, and then we're going to talk about the playoff bracket, how we got here, and then we're going to talk about the prize pool once again, and then we're going to kick it off with the very first semifinals. So we are officially in the semifinals. And all right, so let's go ahead and start with the day 1 recap. Now, a lot of games happened on day 1. If you guys missed it, it was a round robin stage, so teams were divided into 2 groups of 4. If we go ahead and look at the first group here and see their results, Velocity and Who's That Pokemon ended up going forward with a 3-0 and 2-1 record respectively. And then we have Pink Fluffy Unicorns and the Krusty Krab, unfortunately, fell short here to make it to the playoffs. And if we look at Group B, the teams advancing were the Sigmas and the Winners. So those 2 will be moving to the playoffs. And then the Rizzlers almost made it. It was a pretty close match. Well, not really close match, but the Rizzlers and the Winners, that game was determining who was making it to the playoffs. The Winners ended up winning it. I actually did have the scores reversed here. But yeah, those are the two teams moving forward. So that is what happened yesterday. Now, with the round robin complete, it did leave 4 teams remaining. So let's go ahead and look. Yeah, there might be some mistakes there. I just noticed as well, but it's fine. All right, so let's look at the playoff bracket here. Just give me one moment. All right, so with the round robin over, this is what the bracket looks like. So we have 2 semifinals coming our way, and then we will finish the tournament off with the grand final. So the first semifinal, we will have Velocity versus the Winners, best of 7. The Sigmas versus Who's That Pokemon for a best of 7 as well. Grand finals will also be a best of 7. All series here tonight will be a best of 7 single elimination matchup. So interesting stuff here. All right, let's get to the prize pool, chat. Let's revisit what the prize pool was. If you guys are unfamiliar, we're gonna look at it again. So we're officially in the top 4 now. So it means that all 4 teams have earned some form of cash reward. The worst you can do is $25. But the real thing right now is who can make it to the top, who can be first place and ultimately get the best price or the best reward, which is $300. One thing I did forget to mention yesterday is that those prizes are in Canadian dollar. I feel like I want to put that out there just for some clarity. So all the rewards will be given out in Canadian dollars. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the game here. All right, we're getting close to kickoff. We're going to invite the appropriate people. The first matchup, like I said, is we have Velocity versus the Winners. So Velocity ended up being #1 seed in Group A yesterday, and then the Winners ended up being second in Group B. So all the players are in the lobby. They will scrim to test the pings really quickly here. And once that is done, we're going to go ahead and kick off with the first match of the day. So yesterday, all matches were a single match, but all these series tonight, like I mentioned, they're all best of 7. All right. Now, right now, we're just confirming if the server is good. And then once we do that, we're going to go ahead and go for the kickoff. It seems to be good. Just want to double check. All right. All right, I'm here to answer any questions before we get into the first match. Is Velocity playing? Yes, they're first up here. All right, it seems that they are ready to go, chat. Let's get it going. First game of the day. Velocity versus Winners. Winner moves on to the finals. Good luck to both teams. Let's get it. Here we go. Game 1 is underway. Now, there is a bit of an error on the overlay. I'm just going to fix that really quick. There we go. We are officially in the action, and Yimbo is up in the air. That one's going to land back down, and Brian's will be the one in charge. Gets met with Eternal. Now Yimbo in the corner. Brian gets 2 demos. Demos the entire Velocity team. And Frost, he's going to play that behind them. And the winners have the opening goal. 2 excellent demos, back-to-back demos from Brian. And Frost will just finish the job. It's 1-0. And not the kickoff. It's able to try to catch that, and Brian goes for another demo, and Frost goes for a shot, but I hit the post. Now Brian will try to clear it off. Can he read it off the back wall? But no. Very aggressive start from winners, and it's working in their favor so far. Frost going to dish it. And Eternal now looking for a pass midfield for Yimbo. Yimbo can't really catch that. So it's going to be Frost playing off his own back wall. He's going to try to go over Eternal here. Goes for a reset. That goes just over Eternal, but Eternal, one touch that will hit the back wall. Eternal with the save. Brian looking for another demo. I think he got a small bump, but not enough. The winners with insane pressure at the moment. Velocity need to catch up quick. Eternal meets with Frost. Now it's Yimbo with ball possession. He has 0 boost. You have to bring that back to the corner. Oh, awkward touch from Yimbo. Still in control though. And Frost will just steal that from Eternal. Double commit from the blue team. Brian will catch the ball. One touch over Yimbo. Eternal clears out of the back wall. Eternal being chased by Brian. Frost now dishing the ball up. And it's Brian. He will score it again. 2-0. Yimbo drops it down for Frost, and Frost will leave it down for Brian. And it's 2-0 for the winners. Eternal playing off the orange half. He's going for a demo. Couldn't demo Brian. Brian jumped. Yimbo, can he get the double? He got this double. And Yimbo cuts the lead in half. And right off kickoff, Frost will demo Yimbo. And that will hit the back wall. Brian demos Yimbo. Yimbo getting demoed back to back. Frost now jumping. Eternal's awkward. That one will hit the crossbar. Yimbo clears it away. Now it's Brian playing this high off the corner. Yimbo here to meet him. Ball drops down for Eternal, but Frost 50-50s with him. Frost keeps possession of the ball. Pre-flips into it. He has no boost. Yimbo will challenge. And that is Eternal. Who's going to push it up front. But met with Frost. Frost gets it again, and Brian trying to keep possession of the ball. Winners so far being very offensive. Eternal now. One touch off the corner. Brian is there to block it. Eternal gets demoed by Frost. Now it's Brian trying to beat Yimbo. He does. That was going to go in the corner. Eternal tries to clear it away. That's a whiff, and Brian's going to take advantage of it. It's 3-1. These are mistakes you don't want yourself making, especially in a semifinals. Now it's Eternal. That ball's going to go back into Velocity's half. Now double commit from the orange team. Luckily that was not in. It's Brian now. Off the corner, tries to get a touch, doesn't get it. Eternal will catch it. Frost is there to block the counter-offensive attempt. Is Brian now dropping it for Frost. Frost goes for the shot, and that's in. Brian is able to find Frost down below. And Frost will slot it in. It's 4-1. A minute and 38 seconds to go. Velocity, if they want to win this game 1, they have to answer fast. Frost wins the kickoff. Met with Eternal. Eternal was a save. Now it's Brian now. 50-50 with Yimbo. Now it's Yimbo and Eternal. Eternal wins it. And now he's left in a one-on-one scenario with Brian, but Eternal dishes it high. And that one is going to go back into Velocity's corner. It's Frost now who intercepts it again. Brian goes for the shot. Yimbo with a tough save, but he can't follow it up. Frost shoots again on the rebound. It's 5-1. It's been all winners in this first game. Velocity needs to find a way to stop this bleeding. The winners are on fire. They showed up on fire for this first game. Kickoff now. Brian is going to go for a touch off the sidewall. Now it's Eternal trying to read it, but gets bumped by Frost. Yimbo's left alone in the net. It's 1v1 to Brian. Yimbo clears it away. And Brian now. Touch off the sidewall. It's Yimbo with the clear. That one's going to land to Eternal, but Eternal gets demoed by Brian. Now he's in a 1v2 scenario. Yimbo has to... Oh. Brian now. Now it's Yimbo. Passing it to Eternal. Eternal now. He'll try to beat Frost, but it's Brian. Gets Mets with Yimbo. But that's another shot from Frost. 6-1. For the winners here. And off the kickoff here, it's Brian that's going to go with it. Low on boost, goes for a small flick. Eternal touches it away. 10 seconds left in this game number 1. Oh, and a team pinch. That one's not going to go anywhere. And it's Brian who'll clear it away, and that will do it for game number 1. The winners take game number 1. Very, very strong showing from the winners here as they take game number 1. I forgot to mention this before the game started, but each team, for every series they play, they are allowed to get a timeout. Now, the way you call a timeout, you can call it in the chat directly on Rocket League. And this will give you 2 extra minutes before the next game. So it has to be called within 30 seconds of the match ending. But yeah, if you want a timeout, all you have to do is leave it in the chat within the 30 seconds of the match ending. You'll have 2 extra minutes to... You'll have 2 additional minutes to discuss and think of a strategy. Game number 2 is underway. How will Velocity respond in this game 2? Now it's off kickoff. Frost gonna go for a shot attempt. Yimbo clears that away. It's Eternal now with a small touch midfield. Brian's gonna intercept it. And does he get the read? Doesn't have the angle for that shot, but that one's gonna go in the corner. Brian leaves the play. It's now Eternal with Frost, 50-50. Yimbo trying to find Eternal. That's a dangerous pass midfield. Brian will intercept it. Eternal now gets demoed by Brian. Brian has been a demo machine in these last 2 games. Eternal tries to go for a touch. Beats Frost. Brian is left behind. A little small bump from Eternal. That will buy Velocity some time. Yimbo tries to go for a double. Brian will clear that away. And it's Brian now. Yimbo demos Frost while he's rotating back. Yimbo now passes it on a sidewall for Eternal. Eternal tries to go for a double. Doesn't get it. Doesn't find the angle for it. And now it's Frost on the counter attack. Yimbo is there to meet him and beats him on the challenge. Brian playing this back wall. And Eternal tries to find Yimbo's center, but Brian will beat him to it. And it's Eternal left alone with Brian. Brian able to clear in the save. And it's Yimbo on the ceiling, so Eternal will go for it. And now Brian goes high, goes all the way to the sidewall, can't get the read out of that. And that one's going to go all the way to the backboard. That's an awkward bounce down, and no one able to slot it in. Yimbo, can he go? No, gets beat by Brian, and that's going to go straight into the net. It's 1-0 for winners. And it's Yimbo off the kickoff, going for a strong shot. Brian clears it away. Tries to beat Eternal. Getting chased down. That's a flick that's going to go on the back wall. Oh, and Frost overcommits, and that could be in. And it is. Oh, it bounced out. It bounced out, but Brian accidentally owned gold. It will count. The game is tied. Off the kickoff, though Brian will lose possession. He has low boost. Yimbo will steal the mid, so he's stuck on 0. 50-50 with Eternal. Now it's Yimbo that's going. It's Frost going for a shot. Eternal's there for the save. That looked a bit awkward, but he still managed to do it. Eternal flips into the ball. Frost will dish it into his corner. Frost will slam it forward. And it's Frost with the shot. Yimbo with the save. And now it's Eternal. 1v2. Yimbo, can he go for a shot? That would have been an excellent play. Unfortunately, Eternal was a bit too close. And now this is going to Velocity's left corner. Yimbo now has to meet Frost in the corner. Gets beat. And now it's Eternal with a good touch. Brian will have to put that on the sidewall. And now it's Brian on 0 boost. Tries to find Frost in the center. Intercepted by Eternal. Now it's Yimbo going to go for a redirect shot. Doesn't get it. Eternal tries to 50 Brian. Oh, and that's a good touch from Yimbo. Can he? Oh, and Eternal cannot beat Brian. The offensive stays for Velocity. Can they score here? Brian catches the ball. He tries to control it 50-50 with Eternal. And Frost will demo Yimbo. And now it's Brian passing it to Frost. Frost now. That's going to land to Yimbo. Watch out, because that might be another demo. And now Yimbo bumps Brian. And Frost will go for a demo of his own. Very, very demo-heavy series so far. Now it's Brian. Goes over 1, and that is in. Brian puts the winners in front. Goes right over Eternal. And it's 2-1. One minute remaining in this game 2. It is Frost. Now it's Brian. Going for the corner. He beats Eternal. Now it's Frost with a shot. And it's 3-1. Everything has been working for winners. Velocity needs to find a way to turn this momentum around if they don't want to be 0-2 in the series. Now it's Yimbo off the kickoff, and Eternal goes for the shot. Frost is there for the save. And Eternal demos Brian. That's an important demo. Yimbo goes for the shot. Frost with the save. And Brian will clean up the mess. And And that will be scary. That ball rolled in front of the net for a couple seconds there. And Brian, another demo on Yimbo. And Frost now going for the shot. Doesn't really have the angle, so it's going to be Yimbo that's going to have the ball now. Brian looking to intercept. He does. One touch on the sidewall. 10 seconds left. And now, final second. And the winners go up 2-0. Alright, for some reason, the stats are not working, but Velocity decided not to get their timeout. So we will continue on to the third game. What can Velocity do to turn this around? So far, it's been everything winners. The second game was a bit closer. But yeah, they need to find an answer here. All right, next game starting shortly. Game number 3 starting. And it's a turn-off kickoff. And Brian will go for the challenge, but doesn't get a connection with the ball. Now it's Frost and Eternal. Frost will get the save. Now it's Brian on the counter-attack. Yimbo. One touch to the sidewall. It's Eternal. Off the corner, Frost able to read it. That's going to go all the way to Velocity's right corner. Yimbo now. And it's a 1v1 with Brian. Brian able to read that and clear out of the harm's way. Eternal jumping with Frost, but Frost not able to connect. It'll be Brian who clears the ball away. And now Yimbo goes for the beat. He does beat Frost, but that one's not on target. And then Brian will demo Yimbo for his efforts. Oh, and that's a good challenge from Yimbo. That will land dangerously close to the net. Frost, that's a hard read, but Brian bumps Eternal so he couldn't get the shot. That's a very smart bump if you're Brian. That ball was wide open in front of the net, and Brian will go for the shot. It's 1-0 for the winners. Off kickoff, Brian's going directly for the shot. Yimbo, can he get the save? He does. It will have to be Eternal that will clean the mess. Frost down with a little touch. Eternal up in the air. Lets the ball drop down for Yimbo. And it's now Eternal 50-50 with Frost. And oh, and Yimbo accidentally owned goals. I don't believe that was going in. The winners double their lead. Oh, and Brian now. Demos Yimbo, and Frost gonna go for the shot. Eternal needs to make the save. He does. Now it's Eternal. Brian off the corner. He's gonna dish that to the center, but Yimbo ceiling challenges. Now it's Frost. Goes up in the air. And Eternal waiting for that ball to drop down. He's gonna try to control, but Brian instantly challenges. And it's Yimbo. Not the best touch. That's a midfield pass attempt to Frost, but couldn't reach it. And now it's Eternal going for a clear. Now landing to Yimbo. Yimbo cannot dish it midfield. And Eternal not there. And it's 3-0. So far, this series has been all the winners. Velocity. We need to see something. We need to see some sort of momentum here. This bleeding needs to stop. If you want a chance to winning at the series, and it's Eternal, with a save and Yimbo whiffs that one, and it's 4-0. It's the winners with a solid lead once again. And now it's Frost. Pops the ball up, Eternal. Challenges. Going for an additional touch. Eternal. Demos Brian, and that one, I thought that was going in, but Frost came out of the smoke and made the save immediately after. Velocity still at 0. Frost now ceiling challenge. That one's gonna land on the other side of the net. Now it's Brian looking for a midfield pass to Frost. Eternal's there to clean it up. Frost demos Yimbo. No one's there to defend. It's Eternal. Clears it away. And now it is Brian and Yimbo. Not entirely sure what's happening in the Velocity net, but it's Yimbo. Leaves the ball for Brian. Now, I'm not entirely sure what's going on between Frost and Eternal here, but it will be Brian that has an open net. And Brian fakes Yimbo out. 5-0. Oh, and Yimbo with a touch. Now it's Eternal. If they want to score, they need to score now. That's a shot over Brian, but not a strong shot enough, or not enough of a strong shot to slot it in. So Frost will just clear it to the side. Now it's Brian. Gets met with Eternal, and that's an open net for Velocity. And there goes Velocity's first goal. Finally, a small form of momentum for Velocity here. Off the kickoff, it's Brian who pops the ball up. 1v1 with Eternal. Eternal with the save. That one's going to land in the corner. Frost will pick it up, and it's Eternal who demos Brian. And Frost will try to bump Eternal out of the way. And Frost will leave it for Brian. That one's going to hit the backboard. Yimbo's there to clear it away. Frost, now that's an accidental pass to Yimbo. If Ryan has to jump and make that save, he does. Ball's going to drop down. Eternal catches it, but gets demoed immediately after by Brian. And it'll be Brian still on that ball. Looking to find Frost. He finds Frost. Frost low on boost. And it's Yimbo in net. And Brian was looking for the shot. Couldn't get there in time. It's Eternal now, trying to dodge a demo, but leaves the ball for Frost in the process. Now it's Brian with a shot. Yimbo clears it to the right. And with 1 second left, it's the winners again. With a 3-0 series lead. And Velocity is facing triple match point. I am waiting to see if Velocity wants to call their timeout. If not, we will getting into the fourth game here. Alright, only a couple seconds left. Alright, looks like Velocity decided to not call a timeout here. So we're going to go ahead and move on with the next game. Game number 4, Velocity on triple match point. If the winners win this, they will move on to the finals. It's Frost in the corner. And now Yimbo Brian going for the shot. At Eternal with the save. That's going to land in the corner. Eternal tries to go for an additional touch. Yimbo will clear it away. And now it's Brian, who's trying to demo Eternal. Eternal manages to escape. 50-50 that lands in the corner. Yimbo catches it. And that's a shot that's going to land to Brian. Oh, and Eternal dishes it in front. But Yimbo can't go for the shot. Now it's just a pop up for Yimbo. Yimbo will go ahead and go on the sidewall. Frost will jump for that ball. And met with Eternal. Eternal. That ball's going to drop down close to the net, but Frost clears it away. And now it's Brian. Able to race Yimbo to the ball. And Frost will demo Yimbo. And that is a pass to Frost. Frost goes for the shot. That is perfectly top right. 1-0 for the winners. And off the kickoff, that one is going to go to Frost. No one went for the kickoff in terms of for Velocity. That allowed Frost a free shot. Now it's Eternal. That dishes on the sidewall. That's a pass to Yimbo. Yimbo goes for the shot. Brian clears it away. Now it's Eternal. Trying to dodge a demo from Brian. The winners have been an absolute, like, demolition team. And now it's Brian. Going up, trying to go over both players, but Yimbo goes for the save, but that one lands awkwardly in front of the net. Yimbo, luckily able to drop down and clear it away. And now it's Eternal looking to find Yimbo in front, but Yimbo's too far away. But Brian's going to whiff. Frost is going to whiff as well, but no. A little bump play from the winners. But now they're on the counterattack. It's Yimbo now missing the clear. That looks scary for Velocity. Oh, and that's Brian who beats both Velocity players but couldn't finish that shot. And it's Brian going for a shot. Yimbo tries to go for a save. Can't get it. It's 2-0 for the winners. Velocity need to answer. They need to answer now. It's now or never. Frost now meets with Eternal. Now it's Yimbo at the top. That's going to go over Yimbo. Frost is not there to slot it in. So now it's Eternal. Frost now trying to go for an angle shot down. Eternal's there for the save. And now it's Eternal trying to get that ball, but he managed to get one more touch before landing there. And now it's Yimbo looking for a touch. That one is going to land behind Frost, but Brian will demo Eternal, and that's an open net. Brian clearing room, and it's 3-0. And off the kickoff, Brian will dish it to the corner. Low on boost is met with Eternal. And now Frost's going to go for the shot. It's Yimbo who's going to read it off the sidewall, pops the ball up. Can he beat Brian? No, Brian clears it away. Eternal catches it, plays it high. Can he go over Frost? Frost will dish it forward. Eternal with a demo on Brian. And now it's Yimbo. Pops the ball up, goes high. It's a one-on-one with Brian. Yimbo trying to beat Brian. He does. Solid play from Yimbo. And Velocity get their first goal. it's Eternal. One touch and Brian. That one's going to land on the backboard. Can Eternal read? He does. That's a good touch from Eternal to clear it away. And it's Yimbo. He missed the mid boost. Will not have boost to reach that. 1 minute remaining. And that net is going to be wide open. 4-1 for the winners. And it's Yimbo. Pinches it off his own back wall. Eternal chasing the ball with Brian. But now it's Yimbo. Going for a shot, looking for a double. Can Eternal shoot? He misses the ball. That's going to hit on the crossbar and out. And now it's Frost looking for the shot. And that is in. 5-1 for the winners here. This is looking rough for Velocity. It's been all winners. And Frost on kickoff goes for a shot, and that's in. Kickoff goal for the winners. It's 6-1. Disaster for Velocity. And that one will pretty much guarantee the winners going to the finals. But now plays it off the own corner, looking for a pass for Eternal. Eternal goes for a shot, doesn't really have the angle and touches it high. That ball will go to Yimbo. Yimbo now, one touch up, and now it's Brian and Frost. That's not the best touch, but Frost able to clear it away. 6 seconds left in this game 4, and the winners are going to be the first team to reach the finals. GG's to both teams. Wow. All right. Series 1 is complete. We have just seen the first team falling. The first team has fell. Team Velocity finishing 3rd, 4th here, earning themselves $25. All right, chat. We're going to go ahead and boot up the next game. Give us a couple minutes. But next up, it's going to be the Sigmas versus Who's That Pokemon. So, give me a couple minutes. We'll set that game up, and then we'll be right back. Hold on. Shrimpy passes it up. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so we've just witnessed Velocity versus the winners, and the winners ended up getting this game 4-0. So now I will show you guys the bracket shortly. Just one moment. I actually forgot to do something. So I'm just gonna modify this very quickly. And I will show you guys the updated bracket, but the winners are going to be the first team to go to the finals here. Now the teams have already scrimmed. Now, once I show you guys the bracket, we're going to go ahead and boot the second game up. And then we'll get the second series started. So the Sigmas versus Who's That Pokemon? Sigmas being #1 seed in Group B, and Who's That Pokemon second in Group A. Alright, let's look at the bracket again here. Let me just... Alright, there you go. It should be updated now. But as you can see, winner is taking it 4-0. And they will be the first team to be in the grand finals. Now, the winner of this series is going to meet the winners in the grand finals. So, for Velocity, thanks for coming. Very solid run. Alright. So, we're about ready to boot up this game now. Alright, we're ready. Alright, chat. It's now time for game number 2. It's the Sigmas versus Who's That Pokemon? Winner meets the winners in the finals. And everybody is ready. We're going to go ahead and boot the game up very shortly here. Here we go. Game number 1 is underway. Sigmas versus Who's That Pokemon? And Freaky Bob going for a touch. That one hit the crossbar legs. Goes for a 50. And Ral's just able to clear it out of harm's way. And now it's Freaky Bob leaving it the ball to Sting. Now Leg's going to go for the challenge. That one lands in the corner. And it's Freaky Bob. Oh, and both players from Who's That Pokemon got bumped into each other, and Leg's going to take advantage of it. And the Sigmas take the first goal. Kickoff underway. And it's going to be Freaky Bob. Laying the ball down. Rouse will try to catch it, but can't. Freaky Bob will keep going. Goes for an aerial play. Quick reset that lands on the back wall. Rouse will clear it away. Now it's Leg who's trying to read it. Overcommit from the blue team. Who's That Pokemon play quickly? And Sting slots it in. It's tied. A little bit of an overcommit from the Sigmas. Rouse is able to find Sting right in front of the net. 1-1. Oh, and off the kickoff, Rouse makes it 2-1 for Who's That Pokemon? Legs going for the challenge. Freaky Bob does get a small touch, but not enough. It's 2-1. And now kickoff. That will drop right to Legs. Legs going to cut in. Rallis clears it away. And it's Legs, or Freaky Bob, able to beat Sting to the ball. Now it's Rallis playing this fastly in this corner. Plays it high. Is going to meet Legs down. Legs with a 50. Now it's Freaky Bob off his own corner. Touch over Sting. Now Ral's gets it. Now he has to stay on his corner. And now it's Who's That Pokemon on the counter attack. Musty from Ral's. That one lands directly into Bob. Bob clears it out of his own back wall. Now gets Demo Sting, and that's going to be a shot, but Ral's plays just barely able to dish that ball out. Game's still 2-1. Now it's Freaky Bob dishing into the corner, directly into Ral's. Ral's now one-on-one with Legs. Ral's flicks it over. Legs with the save. Now it's Legs trying to flick this over Ral's, but Ral's go for the challenge. Now it's going to shot by Freaky Bob, and he has it. It's 2-2. That one barely creeped in. It's tied. Kickoff will land into Sigma's, but Rounds is going to challenge immediately. And that one's going to go in the corner. Legs now beats Rounds to the ball. Now that will land to Sting. Sting one-on-one with Freaky Bob. But Legs able to catch up. Sting dodges the demo. Sting cuts in, and Legs can't get the read. Oh, and it's Freaky Bob who accidentally owned goals. And Who's That Pokemon back in the lead? Now it's Sting, left alone with Legs. Legs can't get to the shot in time. And Who's That Pokemon just doubled their lead. Now it's Ral's. Ral's going for a flick, doesn't get it, so Bob will go for the challenge. Freaky Bob going for the shot, can't get the double. Sting beats Legs to the ball. That's an overcommit from the Sigmas, and that's a net that's wide open. Can Sting get the shot? He does. It's 5-2. Who's That Pokemon? Getting a lot of momentum here in Game 1. Can the Sigma shut them down? Now it's Legs. Plays the ball high. Trying to find Freaky Bob in the corner, but Sting will be there before. Now it's Freaky Bob. One-on-one with Rouse plays. Rouse plays with the save. And now it's Sting that goes up. Meets Freaky Bob. That one's going to go all the way to the other corner. Freaky Bob demos Rouse. And Sting has to clear that ball away, and he does. And now it's Rouse trying to play it out off the corner. He was getting a double tap, but Lag's able to read it and save it. Now it's Sting getting demoed by Freaky Bob. Oh, and Legs demo Ral, and that was almost catastrophic. That was almost an own goal, but luckily that one will hit the post and out. A bit of luck for the Sigmas here. Oh, and that's a good touch from Ral's, and that's going to go straight in. 6-2. What can the Sigmas do? Do they have enough time to fight back here in this Game 1? Oh, and that's a shot from Legs. That one's going to hit bar down. Can Freaky Bob read it? He does. And finally, the Sigmas stop the bleeding. Good demo from Freaky Bob, making sure Sting does not reach to his net here. Rouse was a bit awkward low. 6-3. And now it's a team bump there from Who's That Pokemon, but able to recover. Freaky Bob goes for a shot. Rouse can't save it, gets a piece of it, but it's 6-4. Watch out. The Sigmas just scored back-to-back. And now it's Sting. Going for the quick shot. Can Legs get it? He does. That was going to go in the corner. He gets his corner boost. Meets with Rouse. Rouse able to beat him to the ball. Legs gets bumped. And now it's Sting with a shot. Doesn't really have the angle. 35 seconds left in this game 1. 10 goals so far between both teams. Now it's Freaky Bob trying to beat Sting. Sting able to beat him. Now it's Rouse, who clears out of his own zone. Sting now with a shot, and that will go in. A little bit of a miscommunication there from the Sigmas. None of them went for the ball. And it's 7-4. And it's Sting now. Passes it to Rouse. Able to beat Freaky. And that one's going to go over Legs directly into the net. 8-4. And all the effort that the Legs, or all the efforts that the Sigmas did, now canceled. Now it's Rouse with a bump. And with 1 second left, who's that Pokemon are going to get game number 1. Eight to 4 win. 12 goals in total for game number 1 here. Wow. All right. Now it is up to the Sigmas to answer this for the next game. How will they answer? Second game is booting. All right. Game should be starting. Game 2 underway. And right off the bat, Rouse has to pinch that out. It's now Sting with the ball. Gets intercepted by Legs. Legs with a touch. That lands in front of the net. But Freaky Bob will back down. And now it's Freaky Bob with a touch up. That ball will land right in front of Sting. And Sting gets beat by Freaky Bob. It will be up to Rouse. Rouse decides not to go for it. Legs with a touch. Not quite there. And Rouse gets a reset. That one. Oh, we couldn't see there if that was a goal or not, but Freaky Bob managed to get the save. Still 0-0. And Legs now 1-on-2. Goes for a breezy, but that will land into Freaky Bob's possession, but he gets demoed. So will not have a chance to counter, and Legs immediately challenges. Sting now with no boost, and that one's going to leave the net wide open. Can Rouse get to there? He does. That was scary. Game still deadlocked at 0. And now it's Rouse with a musty. That's going to land right to Freaky. Off his own corner. Immediately challenged by Rouse. And now it's Legs. Has to jump and get that ball. Plays it off the sidewall. That will land into the orange corner for Sting. Oh, and Sting looked very awkward for him, but managed to clear out of harm's way. And now it's Legs with a flick up. Now it's Freaky Bob who has to read it off the back wall as Rouse reads it. And looking for Sting midfield. Sting gets it. 1-0 for who's that Pokemon. Off the kickoff, Legs will get possession here. Dishes it in front, all the way to the corner. Legs playing it fast. That one's going to land all the way to the other corner. Now it's Legs. Rouse beats him to the ball. And now it's Freaky Bob. Off his own backboard. One touch. Rouse will intercept it. Now it's Legs with the ball. Tries to go for a clear, but that one doesn't have a lot of power. And now it's Rouse and Legs. And that one will land to Freaky Bob. Sting gets it a little bump there, so it can't get to the ball in time. But Rouse able to beat Freaky Bob. And so far, who's that Pokemon applying a lot of pressure? They seem to shut down everything. Oh, and okay. The Sigmas. Freaky Bob with a quick shot, and it's now tied. I was going to say, who's that Pokemon with a lot of momentum, but now, tie game. Oh, and Rouse plays off the kickoff. He's going to go for a free shot, and it's 2-1. Who's that Pokemon? Get their lead right back. And who's that Pokemon? Face the kickoff. Now it's Sting going for a shot. Legs has no boost. And it's 3-1. Who's that Pokemon's plays is doing wonders as they double their lead. And off kickoff, Legs goes for the shot. Not on target, but he will get the rebound. And okay, the Sigmas answer right back. 3-2. That one is going to land close to the net. Legs tried to go for a shot. No boost. Now it's Sting. One touch. Oh, a little bump play from Freaky. Actually bumped Legs. Now Freaky going to try to play under Rouse, but Rouse able to get it. And now it's Sting and Rouse both pushed up in the corner. This could be punishable. Freaky Bob. Now up in the air. Gets one reset. Oh, and that one's going to land right behind Sting. Beautiful placement from Freaky Bob. The game is tied. One reset. That goes right next to Rouse. And Sting pushed a little bit too much forward. That's directly behind him. A much needed goal if you're the Sigmas here. And now it's Freaky. Looking for a pass. Oh, it's Legs who can't get a touch out of that ball. And the Sigmas are now in the lead. Off kickoff, Sting. We'll dish it right to Freaky. Freaky passes it to Legs. Legs goes for a shot. Not in, but Rouse will bring it to the corner. Rouse able to beat Legs. Or Freaky. Now it's Legs who bumps Sting, so he can't do anything with the ball, but Rouse will follow it through. It's Freaky Bob now. Up in the air. Running low on boost. Gets one reset. Can he go over Sting? No. Sting will back away. Oh, and where's the defense on who's that Pokemon? That could have been very scary. 1 minute left in this game, too. Passing it to Rouse. That one will hit the back wall. And now it's the Legs. Sting able to make the save. Lands awkwardly, so Rouse will have to clean it up. Push it into the corner. Freaky Bob plays it off his own corner. And now it's Rouse. 50-50. That will drop midfield. Sting tries to push it into his corner. Now it's Freaky Bob who catches it. And now Legs. Can't get a touch out of it, but he will touch that ball. And now Rouse reads the bounce off the corner. Can't get a shot. Bumps Freaky Bob, but Legs is there to clean up the danger. With 7 seconds left. Looking to find Sting. Sting is not there. The game is going to get killed. And it's the Sigmas who take game number 2. Wow. We're in for a series, chat. This one was close. Wow. All right, chat. It's now a best of 5. 2 games have played. They've won 1 game apiece. Reminder to both teams that a timeout is available at any time. All you have to do is put it in the chat. All right. The next game is kicking very shortly. Here we go. Game number 3 is underway. And Legs beats Sting off the kick. Oh, and Freaky Bob will get the shot. And Legs, or the Sigmas rather, sorry, takes the opening goal. That one hit the crossbar and Freaky Bob was there to clean the mess. And it's... who's that Pokemon going for a fake kickoff again? This one, it doesn't really work out. Sting now brings the ball into his own back wall. Tries to control it high. Going for a reset. That one's low. That goes over Legs. Legs gets bumped to Rouse. Freaky Bob barely able to get a touch. And that is a save. Now it's Sting. Trying to keep the ball in possession, but Legs will dish it back. And now it's Freaky Bob. Plays it high. It's a one-on-one with Sting. Can he beat Sting? That goes over Sting. Now it's Rouse. Able to pre-flip into that and save it. The pressure has been all Sigmas for this first minute here. Oh, and that was a close shot from Rouse. That could have been punishable. And now it's Freaky Bob playing it high. Sting has to catch it. That's a good save. Tries to follow it up in the corner. And Freaky Bob is going to catch it. Gets met with Rouse. Rouse beats him to the challenge. And Rouse is going to try to find Sting in the center. But intercepted by Freaky Bob. And Freaky Bob is going to follow that all the way to the corner. Looking to find his teammate. Not there. And Freaky Bob keeps possession of the ball. Legs go for a shot. And it's in. 2-0. It looks like the momentum has shifted. And the Sigmas are in the lead, 2-0. Now it's Rouse. Plays it off his own back wall. Legs tries to challenge. That's not there. Legs now goes for a shot. That's barred down. Is Sting there to clean it up? He is. The lead's cut in half. Legs goes over both players. And Sting is there to finish the job. And now it's Freaky Bob playing it fast off the Who's That Pokemon corner. And now it's Rouse on 0 boost. Has to let the ball drop down to Sting. Sting goes for a shot. Not there. And now it's Freaky Bob. Ball goes up. Sting tries to go, but Rouse is there to clean it up. And now it's Rouse going for a double. Intercepted by Legs, who is already on the back wall. And that's a double commit from... Who's That Pokemon? But the Sigmas can't put it in. And now it's Rouse going for a reset. That's right over Freaky Bob, and the game's tied. Rouse plays. Strong reset. 2-2. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a series in our hands. And it's Rouse plays 50, and that's going to land to Sting. Sting will take his time, plays it high. And that's going to drop down to Legs for the 50-50. It's Freaky Bob now going for the shot. Rouse has to clear it to the corner. One additional touch, still in the corner. 50-50 with Legs. Ball's going to spike down again. Now it's Legs trying to play Rouse over, but doesn't manage to do it. Sting with one touch. That one still in Sigma's possession, but Freaky Bob can't get a touch, so Legs will have to go. Morales is sent flying. Legs, can he go for the double? Doesn't get it, but Freaky Bob is there to finish it. The Sigmas are back in the lead. And off kickoff. Freaky Bob's gonna try to hit. Oh, and is that in? Legs reads it off the back wall. It's 4-2. We couldn't really see because Morales got demoed, or I don't know who got demoed. No, it was Freaky Bob that got demoed. But Legs able to beat Morales to the ball, and it's 4-2. And off kickoff, and Morales will whiff. That is not a mistake you want to make. That could potentially have cost him the game, but it's 5-2. Now it's Legs. Off the sidewall, gets a reset. It blocked by Rouse immediately. And now it's Freaking Bob. Freaky Bob. I said Freaking Bob, my fault. Freaky Bob. Passing it to Legs. Freaky Bob trying to pinch it out. But that one will land into Rouse's possession. Rouse goes for a shot, but Freaky Bob there for the save. 50-50 with Sting. But now it's Rouse chasing for it. 1 minute left in this game number 3. So far, the Sigmas have shifted the series and winning 5-2. And now it's Legs who goes over both players. Rouse tries to get a touch. He does. And now it's Sting with a shot. Freaky Bob with a touch. Not the best touch, and Legs gets caught in his own post. And who's that Pokemon? Get a goal back. That one's going to land right to Freaky Bob. Freaky Bob, one touch. Sting able to protect his corner boost. Rouse now. Passing the ball up, and that could be in. No, Freaky Bob is there to clear it away. Now it's Sting has to get there fast, but gets demoed by Legs. Now Legs in the corner. Rouse off the backboard, able to clear it away. Now it's Rouse with Legs. Legs intercepts it. But Rouse going to keep going. 9 seconds left in this game 3. Rouse with a reset. Gets another. That's a pop-up, but Legs able to save behind. With 1 second left, that one will hit the post and down. And the Sigmas take game number 3. (5-3) the final score. All right. It looks like the Sigmas will not call timeout for this game. So we're going to go ahead and boot up the next game here. All right. It looks like the teams are ready. Here we go. Game number 4 underway. Rouse plays, gets a reset, tries to beat Legs under, but Freaky Bob is there before it can even happen. Rouse being aggressive and trying to bump Freaky Bob away from the ball. Now it's Legs. Creeping close, but Rouse is there. He has no boost. He will have to flick over Legs. Legs is there for the save. Now it's Sting, who catches the ball, plays it over Freaky Bob, and it's in. Who's that Pokemon? Get the first goal. And off the kickoff, Sting will catch it. One touch mid. Freaky Bob is there, getting bumped by Sting. But we'll stick to the ball. That's a shot down. Sting with a touch, not the best touch. And Legs able to beat Sting, but that will hit the crossbar. And Freaky Bob trying to keep the ball in offense. That one's going to roll in the corner. Freaky Bob gets demoed by Rouse. And now it's Freaky Bob who's going to keep going with the ball. On 9 boosts. Long clear. Legs going to try to reach it. 50-50 with Sting. And Rouse gets a reset. Oh, and that's a shot, and that's right in. Watch out. Because the mechanical player is showing his skills right now. Fake kickoff from Who's That Pokemon. Now Sting will be the one with the ball. Manages to dodge the demo from Freaky. Oh, and that one will land dangerously close to the net. Rouse is not there to shoot it. He will try to keep the ball close. That ball is going to dish high. And Sting is going to go for the shot up high. And Freaky Bob there for the save. And now it's Freaky Bob flicking the ball high. Rouse doesn't get the touch. Sting is there to clear it away. Now it's Rouse with the long clear. Legs catches it. Controls it. Plays it off the side. And now it's in the corner. Legs gets demoed by Sting. Oh, and Legs demos both players. And the Sigmas take one back. Legs able to delete the whole Who's That Pokemon roster. And it's 2-1. That ball's high. Freaky Bob trying to dish it into the corner. Rouse will catch it. And now he's going to meet Legs down. Now it's Sting who's left in the net. Legs looking for a bump. He does get it. But Freaky Bob is not there to get the shot. And Sting now goes for a shot. Now it's Rouse. That could be in. That hits the post. And Sting able to clear up the mess. Sting now sticks to the ball. Now it's Legs with a touch. That will land to Freaky Bob. Freaky Bob tries to go for a redirect. That didn't work, but... Oh, and Legs tried to read it. And that will cost him. 3-1 for Who's That Pokemon. And off the demo. Legs demo Sting, but Rouse demos Freaky. Now it's Rouse trying to go for a play. And it's Freaky Bob who's following that ball. Reaches to get the corner. Legs goes for a shot. Rouse able to play, but that's dangerously close to the net. Sting is there to clean it up. Now it's Freaky Bob going for a shot. That's high. Sting clears it away. That is Rouse off the corners. Rouse going for a bump play. Freaky Bob still able to get to the ball. And now it's Legs will follow it up. Now it's a Legs one-on-one with Rouse. Rouse backflips into the ball. And a Freaky Bob going for a shot. The angle's not quite there. Now both players from the Sigmas in the corner. Rouse try to clear it out, but whiffs. So now it's Legs. One-on-one with Sting. Legs had Sting beat, but Rouse able to recover in time. Now Rouse off the ceiling. Gets a reset. Goes for another shot. That was barely to the side. And that's an open net for the Sigmas. And it's 3-2. Kickoff underway. Legs going for the shot immediately. And it works out. The game is now tied. Sigmas looking to get that double match point. Now it's legs. Freaky Bob in the corner. Sting trying to ceiling challenge. That's going to go right under him. And now it's Freaky Bob met with Rouse. Rouse tries to 50. Does get a 50 in. 45 seconds left in this first game. Now it's legs. Trying to protect the net. Tries to place it fast over. Oh, and a bump play. A team bump from Who's That Pokemon. Legs tries to beat Sting over. And Freaky Bob is 4-3. It's a mess on defense for Who's That Pokemon late in the game. 4-3. Sigmas looking for a 3-1 series. Now it's Rals. Trying to go for a redirect. That's another touch. Freaky Bob now. Gonna follow the ball through. Goes for a long shot. That goes over Sting, and it's 5-3. "15 seconds left. What does Who's That Pokemon have for an answer? 10 seconds left. Rouse trying to be flashy. That one will hit away from the net. Now Sting goes for a shot. That's not in. 1 second left. That ball is killed dead. And the Sigmas going 3-0, 3-1 in the series. Who's That Pokemon now on match point? So far, no timeout is called from Who's That Pokemon. And it looks like we're going to go without a timeout. Game number 5. All right, all the teams are ready. Let's go. Now it's Sting going for the shot immediately. Freaky Bob now controls the ball, tries to place it over Rals. And now it's legs. Looking for any potential demos. He does get Sting, but Rouse is in front of the ball. And now it's Rouse. Gets demoed by Freaky Bob. Sting trying to center it. Chasing legs down. Not able to get a demo, but is able to get the boost. Rouse will dish into his own corner. That one's going to drop down for Freaky Bob. And Sting, not the best touch. He'll try to control it. Gets bumped, so it's Rouse that has to do the job. Rouse whiffs, and that one's over Sting. 1-0 for the Sigmas. Freaky Bob now. Going for a shot. Rouse with the save. Has possession, but gets immediately demoed by legs. Ball goes back to Sigma's possession. Now it's Rouse. Dishing it into the Sigma's corner. Demos Freaky Bob, so legs has to go. Now it's Sting. Getting chased by legs. Able to escape it. Now it's Rouse. Legs now with the play. Moving forward to the corner. Tries to play it over Sting. He does beat Sting. Freaky Bob now keeping the offensive going for the Sigmas. And that ball is going to drop 2 legs. Who's That Pokemon are under so much pressure, and that might just be in. Freaky Bob going for the shot, and he misses. That one's going to hit top corner and not in. And now it's who's that Pokemon on the counter attack, and Rouse goes for a flick, and that one might just go in. Sting finishes the job. It's 1-1. Off the kickoff. Sting will go for the shot. That's saved by legs. He will secure his corner. Sees Freaky Bob midfield. He tries to go for a shot, but Rouse is there to block it off. Sting now going for a challenge of his own. And now it's Rouse. Ball lands midfield. Freaky will have to play it over Sting, and that will be right next to him. And the Sigmas have a 2-1 lead. And off the kickoff, who's that Pokemon? Gonna fake it. That one lands to Rouse. Legs has to jump and save. He does. Freaky Bob gets demoed by Rouse. And now it's Legs. Touches the ball high. Rouse trying to intercept, but that ball lands back to Legs. Legs has no boost. That one goes over Rouse. Oh, and that was a dangerous play. Now Freaky Bob keeping the offensive going for the Sigmas. 2 minutes left in this game number 2, and that game number 5, sorry. And that almost went in. Now it's Rouse getting denied by Freaky Bob. Freaky Bob trying to deny Sting as well on the offensive attempt. Now it's Legs bringing it forward. Rouse is going to go for the shot. That one hits the top corner. Freaky Bob got a piece of it, but Rouse followed it up. It's 2-2. This could be anyone's game so far. Legs off the kickoff. Can't do anything much about that. He will recover back and let Rouse play it out of this corner. Now it's Freaky Bob who denies it off the ceiling. Meets Sting in the corner. Bumps Sting, so that will allow Legs with the ball. Legs trying to go for another touch. Doesn't get it. He will dish it out to the other corner. And Sting tries to find Rouse midfield, but that pass was too strong. Denied by Freaky Bob. Now it's Legs who chases the ball down. Going for a solo play. Sting beats him to the ball. That one goes over Freaky Bob, but he's able to get there in time and clear it away. Sting gets demoed. Now he's a 1v2 scenario. Now Rouse gets demoed, but Sting able to spawn back in time. Now it's who's that Pokemon? Off the sidewall. Ral goes off the ceiling. Can he get a touch out of that? He does not. Legs is awkward. Freaky Bob is there to help him out. 30 seconds left in this game 5. And we're deadlocked at 2-2. Will we see overtime here? And it's Ral's plays. Freaky Bob with a touch. That one's still in who's that Pokemon possession. Legs, can he read that off the backboard? He does. He's trying to follow it up. With 1 second left. That ball is still up. Sting with the beat. And that's going to be overtime. All the Sigmas need is one more goal. And it looks like it's there. And the Sigmas win the series. That could have been anyone's game. But good effort from who's that Pokemon, as they're the second team to fall today. good run from Who's That Pokemon. They will fall. And the Sigmas are going to be the one to move on to the finals. So we have our grand finals set. We have the winners versus the Sigmas coming up after the break.
Can you feel it? The fire in your soul, leaping at the chance for love. Can you feel it? Haunting your senses, letting all your feelings go. But I can feel it, rushing through my veins. Your love's the only drug I know. But we've been playing the hand now we're devil, we can light it up. I know that we can make it through the night, but I can feel it for you inside. So there won't be nothing tonight. We crossed the line, and now it's clear to see the light behind the suffering. Believe we'll finally be free.
Welcome back to the viewer tournament. We've just witnessed the Sigmas versus Who's That Pokemon. And the Sigmas able to get a 4-1 win here. So we're going to go ahead and look at the bracket now. The grand finals are set. The winners versus the Sigmas. The winner of this match, or this series, is going to end up winning the biggest prize, $300. So congratulations to both of these teams. They will officially fight for the $300 prize pool. Let's look at the prize pool again. So we're now in top 2. So second place will get $50. First one, $300. All right. The scrims have not started yet. But we're just waiting for that. All right. All right, so we are setting this game up, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so they're going to go ahead and do their scrim, and then we're going to get the grand finals underway. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to make sure that everything is good here. Okay. All right. All right, we're setting things up, chat, and then we're gonna get this game started. By the way, whoever's in chat, I'm reading chat right now. Type in your prediction. Who is winning between the Sigmas and the winners? So far, especially the second series, the last few matches were a bit close, despite being a 4-1 series win. This one I feel is going to be a lot closer. I'm going to be honest, these two teams have been on fire. All right, it looks to be good. Just gonna double check. All right. I'm just gonna double check on my side. Everything is good. All right, everybody is ready. All right, chat. Oh, I don't know why they queued a game here. All right. All right, game is set to start. Chat, we have reached our grand final. It's the winners versus the Sigmas. Winner receives $300 Canadian. Let's go. It seems that all the teams are ready. Here we go. Grand final is underway. Winners versus Sigmas. And the Sigmas going for a shot. Legs reads it. And Legs opens the score for the Sigmas right away. And it's Brian clearing out of harm's way. All right. So it's now Legs with the ball. Going for a flick. Tries to go over Brian. Brian will wait patiently, but Freaky Bob goes for the challenge immediately, and it's 2-0 for the Sigmas. Now Legs pops the ball up. Frost is there to meet him. Now it's Freaky Bob. But Brian is there to instantly deny it. Legs off the corner. It's Freaky Bob looking for a shot. The angle's not there. Now it's Freaky Bob's turn to be in the top corner. Now it's Legs. Keeping the ball close to him. And that was a pass directly to Freaky Bob. And Brian is going to deny it instantly. Legs looking to challenge. That one's going to float on top of the winner's net. Brian now 1v1 with Freaky Bob. That goes slightly under Freaky Bob, but still able to get a touch. Now it's leg 50s with Frost. Brian dishes it down to Frost. Frost looking to redirect it into the net, but just hits the post. Now it's Freaky Bob. 50-50ing with Frost. Legs gets bumped, but still sticks to the ball. And now it is in Frost's possession. Denied by Freaky Bob. And now it's Brian who gets demoed for his efforts. Legs with Frost in the 1v1. And now it's... the ball is sticking midfield for a second there. It's Frost is going to pick it up. And Freaky Bob was going to challenge him. Legs with a touch. He beats Brian. And it's 3-0 for the Sigmas. Strong showing for the first game here. And Freaky Bob off kickoff. 4-0 for the Sigmas here. Very strong showing. What can the winners do? There's halfway through the game left. And the Sigma's already scored 4. Now it's Frost with a good touch. Frost one-on-one with Brian. Brian, or Freaky, sorry. Freaky able to make the save. Now it's Legs going for a shot. Just can't get it. Freaky Bob going for a shot. That was almost double tapped in. Brian now meets Legs on the sidewall. Brian still in possession but low on boost. Now it's Frost looking to read this off the corner. He does win it. Tries to bump Legs. Legs cannot get a touch. And Brian opens the score for the winners. And off kickoff. It's going to be Frost who chases it down. Doesn't manage to get the mid boost. So it's going to be Freaky Bob up in the air. Freaky. Double reset. Brian able to make the save. And legs. Awkward touch here. Brian will pick it up. And it's Freaky Bob who pre-flips into that. And he does manage to get a piece of it. Frost is there to challenge him. Frost will follow it up, but he has 0 boost. That's a touch center. Brian's going for the shot, but legs. Able to block it, and that's an open net. Freaky Bob puts the Sigmas up 5-1. Now it's legs with the save. Oh, and that one will hit the post and roll up. Now it's Frost who's passing it to Brian. Brian a bit late, but Frost is able to pick it up. Frost passes it to Brian, and that was a beautiful play. And the winners get one back. Pass to Frost. Frost pass back to Brian, and Brian able to pre-flip into that to a shot. 5-2. And that one is going to be a wide open net. And watch out, the winners. Back-to-back saves. Back-to-back goals. Sorry, not saves. And off kickoff, legs will not connect with the ball. It's Brian who beats Freaky Bob to the boost. He just has to go right toward the net. 3 goals scored by the winners here. This is looking scary. It's 5-4. And off kickoff, Brian will tie the game. Five to 5 is the score. 4 unanswered goals scored by the winners. We now have a tie game. What an insane first game this is. Oh, and that's a bad touch from Frost, and legs has an open net. 6-5. The Sigmas are able to stop the bleeding just in time for them to be back in the lead. And off kickoff, that will go to Freaky Bob. Freaky Bob will play it off his own back wall. Pre-flips and starts an aerial play. Met with Brian. Brian is there to deny it. Brian has an open net. Where are his legs? That's 6-6. Oh, and that's a kickoff. A kickoff goal. That goes for the Sigmas. Sigmas take the lead again. These fake kickoffs are firing back against these teams. Frost now with a shot. That's saved by Freaky Bob. And legs will bring it to the sidewall. Low on boost. Beats Brian to the ball. That will bounce down. Can legs reach it? No, but Frost able to get the save. That one's going to land to Frost. Frost looking for Brian upfield. He's not there. With 1 second left, the winners need to score. That ball drops down. And the Sigmas take game 1. Sigmas are 1-0. That was a interesting first game. It looks like all the players are ready for game number 2. So we're going immediately into it. And here we go. Game 2 underway in Forbidden Temple. And off the kickoff, Legs is going to play it off his own corner. Freaky Bob trying to get there before Frost can challenge. And now it's Frost looking to demo Legs. Doesn't get it. Now it's Legs. Gets beat by Brian. That one's going to bounce all the way into the corner. And Brian trying to find Frost midfield. And Legs will be there to catch the ball. Low on boost. Oh, and goes right over Brian. Freaky Bob able to demo Brian. Now it's a 50 with Frost. Legs now. Couldn't get a shot. That one's going to be tough. He has to rotate back quickly. Legs able to clear that ball out of harm's way. Now it's Frost. One touch off the back wall. Brian can't slot it in. Now it's Freaky Bob. Shot is not there. Tries to go for another touch. That lends to Legs' possession. Challenged by Frost, or challenged by Brian, but that landed into Frost's possession. Frost dishes it over Legs. Now it's Freaky Bob who turns it around immediately. Does he have to double? That's a double tap. And the Sigmas get the first goal. Legs now, up in the air. Drops the ball for Freaky. That one will 50 with Frost. Brian now with ball possession, but Freaky Bob's going to demo Brian on his way back. And now it's Legs going for a shot, but Frost there for the save. Now it's Frost. Blocked by Freaky. And now it's Legs. Up in the air. Trying to get a reset, but that is blocked by Frost. And Frost keeps pushing the ball forward. Demos Freaky Bob. Legs whiffs. It's now tied. Off kickoff. Now it's Legs and Frost. Frost will fly out. Now it's Legs left in a one-on-one with Brian. And Legs scores right back for the Sigmas. It's 2-1. Kickoff underway. Freaky will win it. And that one's going to go right over Frost. Back-to-back kickoff goals for the Sigmas here. It's 3-1. When Frost is able to bump Legs, but Legs gets a bump back. And Freaky Bob gets a goal, but Frost has left the game. Not entirely sure what that was, but they seem to be back in action. Frost is saying go next, but the play will keep going until both members have left. Freaky Bob now. Brian doesn't appear to be forfeiting here. He wants to keep this game play going, and that's Legs who's jumping for that ball. 5-1. Brian is staying in the play, but it's a 1v2 here. All right, and Brian has left the match. And the Sigmas will win by forfeit in game number 2. Nope, not sure what's happening here. Stats are not there. All right, we're going to boot up the next game. Very shortly here, but the Sigmas have a 2-0 series lead. All right. All right, the lobby's a bit bugged, so we're just gonna invite everybody back. All right, so the winners will not take a timeout for this game 2 here. The game is gonna keep going. All right, game 3 is underway here. Game number 3, Aquadome. Here we go. And off the kickoff, it's Legs. Jumping for that ball, but Brian is able to beat him. And now Brian gonna drop down. That ball goes up. He's trying to get a reset, but out of boost to do so. And now it's Frost who's left alone. Brian with a very important demo, relieving the pressure from Frost. And now it's Brian. 1v1 scenario with Freaky Bob. Brian does not have any boost though, but still able to get a good shot. The winners get goal number 1. Freaky Bob now off the kickoff, but Frost is going to get a touch out of it. It's now Legs playing this in this corner. Met with Brian, but Brian, not sure what happened. I think Legs was forcing 50, but that one just goes right over him. 2-0 for the winners. Now at the kickoff, it's Frost dishing it on the back wall. Freaky Bob will pick it up. Freaky trying to go over Brian. That is over Brian and directly in the net. The Sigmas score one back. Freaky Bob's gonna let the ball drop down. It's Brian who beats him to it. Legs playing in the corner. Tries to dodge demo from Frost. He does get it, but now that's a pass midfield. And Freaky Bob ties the game up for the Sigmas. The Sigmas score 2 goals quickly, but watch out. That's a kickoff goal from Winners. They take their lead back, 3-2. Now it's Legs. Trying to go for a double, but that's denied by Brian. Freaky Bob now in the corner. Frost is jumping. Gets a touch. Legs able to beat him to the ball before he dishes the ball away. Brian will do it. And it's Freaky, who has to play this fast in his own corner. Brian able to get a touch. Trying to follow it. Doesn't really get to there. No, it's Frost with a shot. Not quite on target. Legs will clear it to the corner. Freaky Bob now. Left by himself. That's a 50-50 with Brian, and Legs gonna be there to clear it up. That's a 50 that's gonna go all the way across the net. And Freaky Bob with a touch. Frost dishes it forward. That's a bump to Freaky Bob. Legs with a save. That one's gonna land in the corner. Freaky Bob trying to clear the ball away, but Frost keeping the offensive in. Oh, and Brian trying to go for the shot. That's another shot. Legs saves it again. And the Sigmas are under so much pressure. Finally, they get the ball out, but Frost touches the ball back. That one's going to land on the back wall. And now it's the Sigmas able to sneak a little shot in, and it's tied again, 3-3. Two 50s off the bat, and Brian's going to be the one to shoot the ball towards the net, but Legs still able to get there. Now it's Freaky Bob dishing the ball to Brian. Brian's going to go up. No one's going to make a connection to the ball. It's Brian that's going to land and catch it. Brian goes for a flick. That's perfectly... Oh, no, that hit the post. But Frost is able to clean it up. It's 4-3. The Winners take, again, their lead. Now it's Brian and Legs on kickoff. That's going to go into the Winners' corner. Legs with a flick. That lands on the crossbar. Freaky Bob trying to go for a shot. Doesn't have it. Trying to keep the ball in. But Frost will dish the ball out. Legs being bumped. Or Freaky Bob bumping Brian here. And Freaky Bob playing this off the sidewall. Brian with a challenge. Legs going for a shot. That hits bar down and Legs reads it. It's tied 4-4. Frost creeped up just a bit too forward there. And Legs able to punish for it. Now it's Freaky Bob. Off the kickoff. Trying to go for a shot. Brian dishes it into his own corner. Brian now on the counterattack. Musty's Legs brings it to the corner. Meets up with Frost at the top. And now it's Freaky Bob going for a 50. That's going to land to Legs. Legs gets demoed. That ball stays very close to the net, but no one's there to take a shot. And it's Legs now. Going for a shot. Blocked by Frost. And now it's Brian. Double commit from the Winners. Brian will be the one who keeps going. And Frost with a shot. Saved by Legs. Frost will demo Freaky Bob on his way back. And now it's Frost. 1 minute remaining in this back and forth contest. And Frost going for a shot, but he doesn't get it. Now it's Freaky Bob following the ball through. Trying to center it for Legs, but Legs can't really get to it. Frost shot attempt. That one's going to bounce up. Freaky Bob. First man's going. And meets up with Frost in the air. That one lands in the corner. Brian in the legs 50. That one lands to Freaky Bob. Freaky Bob going for a shot. Doesn't really have the angle, but demos Brian. Frost will have a solo push against Legs. Legs goes for the challenge immediately, but whiffs. And Frost puts the winners in front again. The Sigmas have 19 seconds to answer back here. They've had pretty quick counterattacks, but they have to do it again. They've been doing it the whole game, but they have to do it once more. 10 seconds left. That's a pass attempt, but that one will backfire. Frost 6-4 for the winners. Five seconds left. The Sigmas need to answer fast. Brian denies it. Sigma goes for a shot, but that will not be enough. That one lands on the goal line. But the winners get a game here. The series is now 2-1. All right, so we're getting set for game number 4 here. We should be ready to go. No one has called a timeout. We're going to keep going. All right. We're set for game 4 here. The Sigmas versus the winners. Here we go. And off the bat, Frost goes up in the air, gets a reset. That one lands on the crossbar. Brian goes for the shot, and that's in. 7 seconds in. The winners bring their momentum to game 4. And off the kickoff, Brian goes for a shot, but that hit the post and went up. Now it's Freaky Bob trying to challenge Frost. Owen legs, whiffs, but still able to bring it out of harm's way. Now it's Frost who's backwards challenging. And it's Freaky Bob. Dropping it for Legs. Legs has no boost, he has to dish it forward. Frost with a whiff. Brian has to clear it away. Barely able to make the save, but now it's Freaky Bob with the rebound shot, and it's tied. That's tough for Brian. He gets caught up in his own corner there. Own corner post. 1-1. Now it's Freaky Bob. Playing this high. Meets up with Frost in midair. Now it's Brian. Trying to bring that out. Legs has to jump with no boost. That one's going to land on the back wall. Frost goes for the shot and punishes for it. 2-1 for the winners. Now it's 50-50. Freaky Bob and Brian. Legs going for the shot. Immediately off the kickoff. And again, the Sigmas score off a kickoff. And it's Frost off kickoff. Going for a shot, but whiffs on it. Now it's Freak Bob on zero boost, still able to flick over Brian. And the Sigmas now in the lead. Now it's Frost. Freaky Bob has to jump. He still gets the save. What a save by Freaky Bob to keep the Sigmas in front. Now it's Legs. Going for a shot. Freaky Bob tries to redirect it in. That one was at the top post and out. Oh, and Legs committed but completely whiffed. That's an open net. And it's tied again. Off the kickoff. Now it's Freaky Bob. One-on-one with Brian. Brian able to save it this time. Brian passing it to Legs behind. Now it's a 1v1 with Frost. Frost immediately challenges. Oh, and Frost able to get an extra touch, but Freaky Bob alert and aware. That's out of the net. Freaky Bob now waits for the ball to drop down on the sidewall. Waits for Brian to jump and then tries to play over Frost. That doesn't work. Frost tries to clear it away. Doesn't work, so Brian will clear up the mess. Now it's Freaky Bob. Both members of the winners jumping for that save there. And it's Freaky Bob getting the touch. And that's going to be a good one. The Sigmas are back in the lead. That's a crazy jump from Freaky Bob. And now it's Frost passing it to Brian, but that's going to be Legs who touches it. And now Freaky Bob has to clear that out of the backboard. Doesn't get a touch, and now it's Brian who's going to punish it. It's 4-4. And now Brian. Shot on net, and that's good. It's now the winners in the lead. Oh, and Legs almost got that save. He got a piece of it, but that wasn't enough. That's still squeezed in. And now that game will pop upwards, and it's Brian with a touch. That will land to Frost, but Legs looking to bump Frost out of the way. And now it's Brian trying to chase Freaky. Frost will dish it away, but that lands to Freaky on 0 boost. Brian with the instant challenge. Tries to beat Legs. That's a 50. Brian got the 50, but not much you can do about it. Brian demoed Freaky Bob. Now it's Frost who beats Legs. That goes over. And Freaky Bob on 0 boost again. It's Frost who will dish it to the Sigma's corner. And Legs will try to keep possession. That's a pass attempt to Freaky Bob. That's a shot on net. Frost with a save. Now Legs will be the one who has to go. Freaky Bob has been demoed. Awkward landing from Legs. That will allow Brian to start the counterattack. That's a flip reset. That's another. And flip reset, or a Freaky Bob able to save it, and that's Frost who shoots it over him. 6-4 for the winners here. (50-50) or kickoff won by the winners. Trying to play this quick. Brian was looking for a shot, but he's a bit of a mess. Now Legs able to beat Frost. Now it's Freaky Bob with the shot, and that's good. That will go. I believe Frost got a piece of that, but that one will go right by him. 6-5. And off the kickoff, it is Freaky Bob who's going to grab the mid boost and start the possession, but that's an awkward spot. So Legs. Oh, and that's an important demo from Brian. That leaves the net wide open in front. 7-5. Legs try to control, but before he could even control, he got deleted. And the winners are looking to tie the series. Oh, and that's a catch from Legs, but gets bumped by Frost. Still able to recover and make the save. It's Brian now. It's Freaky Bob trying to get to that. Oh, and Freaky Bob. That one's going to go right over them. 7-6. "34 seconds. Can the Sigma score another one? Or will the winners tie the series up?" Now it's Brian with the shot off kickoff. That's a save by Freaky Bob. And oh my goodness, that was very close. Freaky Bob barely able to get the save. Now it's a shot to the far right. Brian saves it. And now it's Frost trying to beat Legs, but Legs able to get a piece of that. And now it will be Freaky Bob. He has space. Flicks over Brian. Now it's Freaky. Frost with the save, but the rebound. Legs will score last second. And the game is tied. We're going in overtime. The last time these two played, the winners were winning 5-3 or 4-2. And the Sigmas ended up winning 5-4. Can we see a repeat here? And Frost with the touch. He missed the first shot, but he got the second one. And the winners take game number 4. Now that was a close game. It is now a best of 3. It is now a best of 3 since they both won 2 games. It's now come down to a best of 3 between these two teams. It looks like they are ready to go. Let's go. Game number 5, Deadeye Canyon Oasis. Here we go. Legs is rocking the Scarab. That's an interesting choice for a car. Now Brian will take his time. And Freaky Bob gonna challenge. And Brian chasing down Freaky, and Legs will demo Frost. That's open. If Brian could get there. No, Brian was able to get there in time. That's denied. Freaky now passing it to Legs. Legs going for an aerial play. And that one's going to go right over both players. Legs shredding through the defense. It's 1-0 for the Sigmas. And Freaky Bob gets demoed by Frost. Now it's Legs and Brian 1v1. Legs able to beat Brian. That ball's going to land dangerously close to the net, but Frost will be the one to clear it away. Now it's Freaky Bob who's bringing this back. And now Legs playing this in the corner. Frost is going to try to pass it to Brian. Brian is not there. Legs with a whiff. Brian with a whiff of his own. Frost will have to clear it out of the danger. Now it is Freaky Bob. Off the ceiling. Got a reset, but doesn't have the angle to finish that off. And now it's Frost. Off the ceiling. I believe that was a Zen. Attempted Zen shot. He was off the ceiling there for a second. He almost got it. Just couldn't read the double. And now it's Legs. Going for a shot. Saved by Brian. 50-50. On the side. And now it's Brian who's bringing the ball forward. And it's Freaky Bob. Trying to go for a shot, but Frost. Oh, and that's a good goal. The game is tied 1-1. Legs gets deleted. Frost leaves the ball for Brian. 1-1. Kickoff underway. Frost will bring it to the side. Oh, and Legs will be able to intercept it. He's playing high. Is that a double? That will hit the crossbar. And now Brian will clear it out into the blue half. Now it's Legs who misses. That one's going to roll across the net, but no one's there to finish it. And now it's Freaky Bob. Oh, and Frost able to beat Legs, and Frost jumps just in time to avoid the bump. And the winners are up 2-1. And now it's Frost, who has the ball in the corner. Off the ceiling, going for a ceiling shot, he whiffs. And now it's Legs who whiffs. Frost deciding to keep possession. Now it's a Brian and Legs 1v1. Legs will 50, but that 50 is going to be won by Brian. 3-1 for the winners now. Now it's Brian off kickoff. Adding another one for the winners. It's 4-1. The momentum has turned around. It's now the winners who are in the lead and are looking to get a 3-2 series lead and potentially finishing the series up. It's Legs who demolishes Brian. Freaky wins the 50, but Brian spawns back in time to clear it out of harm's way. And now it is Freaky and Frost. Frost will just win that 50, and that one's going to go straight in the net. It's 5-1. And off kickoff. That's going to go to Frost. Freaky Bob's going to challenge immediately. Brian's going to chase that in the corner. And now it's Freaky Bob. Trying to keep the ball close. It's Legs who's trying to keep the ball close for himself, but gets demoed in the process. Freaky Bob has to go for a save. He can't get there in time. 6-1 for the winners. And we're going to go to the next game. The winners are up 3-2 in the series and are on match point. All right. Game number 6 is underway. And the winners, so far, are holding up to their name. They might just win it. They're one game away. I forgot to change. There you go. We're officially game number 6 here. Match point for the winners. They only need one more game. Can they do it here? Or will we see a game 7? Freaky Ball flicks over Brian. And that's a save. Now Frost beating with Legs. And now it's Brian Freaky Bob couldn't read the touch, but Legs was able to make the save off that shot from Brian. And Legs trying to follow that up. He's low on boost. That one will land to Brian. Oh, and Freaky Bob completely misread that touch, and it's 1-0 for the winners. Kickoff underway, and that one's going to land right in front of Brian. Brian's going to go ahead and shoot, and Frosty, for good measure, is going to make sure that one goes in. It's 2-0 for the winners. Kickoff. Brian's going to jump for it. Now it's a 1v1 to Freaky Bob. Freaky Bob trying to go for a squishy save. Doesn't get it. Legs. Fortunately, he's there to clear it away. And that was a double commit from the winners. And the Sigmas get one back. Off the kickoff, that's going to be Brian and Legs 50-50. Now Frost with possession. He's going to take his time. Freaky Bob's going to challenge it. And Legs will pick it up. Gets a reset off that touch, but Freaky Bob had both players in front of him. Couldn't get a good shot. Now it's Legs low on boost. He has to jump this over Frost. He does. And now it's Freaky Bob looking to find Legs midfield, but Brian is there to deny it. Now Brian plays this high. Legs is last man back. Legs with a save. Legs clears it away before Frost could even shoot. And that's a shot from Legs. And it's good. The game is tied. Good play from Legs there to get that additional touch before Frost could get a shot. 2-2. Now it's the winners. Frost going for a shot. Doesn't really have the angle. That one's going to land to Frost. Frost is going to dish it in front. Plays it beside Brian. And now Freaky Bob. One touch to the corner. Brian able to clear it out of harm's way. That one's going to land into the orange corner. Legs is there to challenge. Frost now on the back wall. Now it's Freaky Bob getting a reset, 50-50 with Frost. Well, that's a touch from Legs, but that one backfires. That one was caught by Brian and passes it right to Frost. It's 3-2 for the winners. Just over half the game to go here. Brian will flake over Freaky Bob. Now it's Brian. Saved by Legs, but that net's open. And Frost. Now 4-2 for the winners. That was a good challenge by Legs, but no one's back to get that second shot saved. If the Sigmas want to win, they got to do it now. And Brian's going to go for the shot off kickoff. That's a double tap, and it's good. 5-2 for the winners. It's looking good for them. And now it's Brian off the ceiling. Tries to go for a ground pinch, but jumps again. Gets bumped by Legs. Now it's Frost who follows. Now That's Frost. Gonna try to flick over, but trying to pass to Brian. Brian's a bit too far. Now it's Freaky Bob. Meeting up with Brian. Brian will get a touch. Freaky Bob now playing that on the sidewall. Playing this high. That one's gonna go over Brian. That one was almost nasty. But now on the counter attack, it's Frost who's gonna slot it in. It's 6-2. A minute and 30 seconds left. Brian's gonna go for the shot, and that's another goal. And that is a forfeit from the Sigmas. Ladies and gentlemen, the winners are your Slender's Rocket League Viewer Tournament winners. Congratulations to the winners. They have just won $300 Canadian. GG's to both of these teams. These teams were fun to watch, man. Wow. I'm speechless. That's, I don't know. That was a good series, honestly. But GG's to the Sigmas. They almost had it, man. It was pretty neck and neck between these two. But yeah, chat, that'll do it for the tournament, man. Congratulations to the winners once again. I would like to take this time to thank every single team that has participated in this tournament. You guys are awesome. We're going to do this again for sure. And for all the viewers, all you guys that hopped in and watched the tournament, I appreciate you guys. All the watch parties, I've seen them. I've seen the watch parties. I've seen the POVs. I love it. I love to see it. You guys are awesome. We're going to run this back sometime. That is for sure. And I will DM every single winner for the details for their payment. So I'll see you guys back on Tuesday. All right. Peace out, guys.